Hey everyone, welcome back to Ginatopia. Today we're going to be discussing the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat palette. Now some people say this is a companion palette to the Naked Heat palette, but I think this palette stands alone. It's so beautiful. Now they say it has 6 new shades, but doing a color swatch, I think 4 of the shades are very, very, very close to 4 of the shades in the original Naked Heat palette, and we'll do a color swatch and you can see that for yourself. Here is the palette, and look at the beautiful shades in this palette. I absolutely love it. This is what I have on this eye, and Bella has jumped up into my lap, so let me get just a little bit closer. You know, I don't like that dark look. I like a nice soft look. One of these days I am going to surprise you and do a dark eye, but I really just like a really soft, pretty eye. But I'm going to show you how I did get that look. But let me show you these colors swatched on my arm. So first of all, let me get my box here so I can see the colors just a little bit better. I have a hard time seeing. Here is the color Inhale, the color Vibrate, the color Hot Spell. Now the color Inhale is the only semi-matte. Rest of these are matte colors. Then here is the color Wild Thing. This color is nowhere anything similar in the Naked Heat palette. This color is an orange shade, and this color is the kicker color in the palette. This is the only thing that you won't find a dupe for in the Naked Heat palette. But I'm sure you have, if you've got the Sweet Peach palette or another palette that's got orange in it, I'm sure you have something comparable. Here is the shade Heist. And here is the shade, wipe my fingers off over here. Here is the shade Strike. Now to me, this shade is a little dry and a little chalky. And some people are calling it a brown. I think it is a brown with a plum undertone. Now in the Naked Heat palette, let me get it out here and let me do comparable colors. I need to wash my fingers off. Excuse me, Belle. Let Mommy get a better wipe out of here. She's not cooperating with me. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bella, honey. Don't make it easy on Mommy, baby. Okay. The first shade is Ounce. And this shade is completely matte, where the shade in the Inhale is a semi. The next shade is Chaser, and on my eye, I can't tell any difference in it. The next shade, which is comparable to Hot Spell, let me look right here just a second. Where's my little note? Is Sauced or Low Blow. And I will swipe both of them so you can see both of them next to it. Here is Sauced and Low Blow, and there is the shade in the other palette so you can see they all kind of blend. So on your eye, you're not going to tell a difference. The next shade is Wild Thing, and there is nothing in the palette comparable to Wild Thing. Unless you want to look at He Devil, and He Devil would be the closest thing in the palette that would come to. There is Wild Thing, and there is Wild Thing, and there is He Devil, and that is the closest you're going to get. The next thing, color in the Petite Heat palette is Heist, and your comparable shade in the Bella, honey, the Urban Decay palette is Cayenne. It is so hard to do this with a cat in your lap. I do apologize. So I'm going to do side by side on these. On your eye, you really can't tell a difference on that. And the next one for strike is Ashes. And Ashes in your Naked Heat palette is much butterier than the strike. So if you have the Naked Heat palette, do you need the Petite Heat palette? No. But do you want it? I did. Now let me show you. Here is the size of your Naked Heat palette, and here is the Basic 2. They are the exact same size. The packaging is a little bit different. This is a slick, or this is kind of a rubberized. But I love this small packaging. This small packaging just packs nice and neat. Your packaging on your move my brush. On your other packet, on your Naked Heat is much larger. So, you know, I just think it's smaller packaging if you like something to travel with. Now, let me get Bella down here and let me do this eye look. I'm sorry, this is all over the place. Let me show you one more time the color swatches. And like I said, they say it's 6 new colors. I say it's only 2 new colors. So, let's get this eye look rocking. Let me move my camera over here just a little bit, since Bella is not cooperating with me. Let me get my eye primer over here. I'm going to use the Avon eye primer to prime my eye. You can use the brush with this eye primer, or you can use your finger, either way. The packaging on this is beautiful. If you look real careful, you'll see roses that are smoldering. Beautiful packaging. I love these petite palettes. I think I really like small palettes better than I like larger palettes. Now I'm going to go over my whole eye with the shade. I got to get my other box up here so I can look. Vibrate. Tap off your brush. And I went over my whole eye with Vibrate. With just a brush that looks like that. My brushes don't have numbers on them. They're various brushes. This happens to be a Wet n Wild brush. Then I'm going to take a fluffy brush that looks like this, and this is a Morphe 441. This one does have a number on it, and I'm going to go into the shade Hot Spell, and I'm going to go above my crease, and I'm just going to do little circles above my crease, and then on the windshield wiper motion and little circles, and build up that intensity. Then I'm going to take the first brush and soften that. Then I'm going to go into the first shade in the palette, which is called Inhale, and just put this underneath my brow bone. Then I'm going to take another fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Wild Thing, and I'm going to go into the crease. And I'm holding my brush straight into my eye so that I'm getting more into the position that I want. If I go like this, my brush is going to fan out. So I'm going straight and going into the crease. Just into the crease only. And these colors are so pigmented. But you know, I would have thought they would come out with this palette in the fall instead of the February or going into spring. These are, to me, more fall shades. Next, I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go into Heist. And I'm going to go into the crease on the outer corner and then come down into a V and then just bring it over the lid just a little bit. And next I'm going to take a brush that looks like this, and I'm going to go into the last shade, which is Strike, and I'm just going to do a very sharp V on the outer corner of my eye, very sharply, and then I'm going to drag it over in the crease, all the way over. Let me get a little bit more, and I'm going to do a small V in the inner corner of my eye. And then I'm going to take a flat liner brush. I'm going to take the shade Highest, and I'm going to go underneath my eye. Then I'm going to take this type of brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Wild Thing, and I'm going to go into the front and bring it to meet that shade. Then I'm going to take this brush again, or no, sorry, I'm going to take the fluffy brush, the Morphe, and then I'm going to go into the shade, what was it, Hot Spell, and I'm just going to kind of buff out underneath my eye. And that's it. Next, all I have to do is add mascara, and you know I don't use a whole lot of eyeliner because with my allergies and all the drops and stuff I have to do in my eyes, that I just don't use a lot of eyeliner. Maybe one of these days I will get my lighting right in this room. I'm going to buy me a shop light's what I'm going to do, because all these other lights aren't working. This is a very dark house. Sits in the woods. Anyway, I hope you like this eye look. It's really pretty. I love this palette. If you have the Naked Heat palette, you really don't need this palette. But if you're like me, you want this palette, I highly recommend this palette. It is a very great palette. I love it. It's great for traveling. I can't recommend it enough. So, yeah, I give it a thumbs up. Urban Decay. If you like my videos, please click like. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Be sure to click the little bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Urban Decay, Petite Heat. It's a great little palette.